Hey guys, this is a video response to a question posed by John Saunders over at NYC CNC. He posted a video asking for a little bit of help in SolidWorks. Now I'm going to be doing this in Autodesk Inventor, but the majority of the strategies apply in most CAD programs. One of the issues he ran into is being able to mirror these Mickey Mouse ears across two pieces of solid jaws. And if you notice in my model right here, I physically joined them at the bottom. Now when it comes to the cam work, it's perfectly fine as long as you're able to model both of the soft jaws at the distance they will be separated when you do the setup in the CNC work. So as long as you do that, which you're going to have to do either way, this will work out just fine as a solution. In addition to that, I have a quick shortcut for being able to place your Mickey Mouse ears accurately each time. And so let's go ahead and create some soft jaws. Open up a new part file. Now, these are not any real dimensions in regards to soft jaws. These are just going to be a sample drawing of what you might be able to utilize. Alright, now we have a set of soft jaws that are perfectly centered. Hold up here. Let me edit that feature. Usually have that as a preset. But these are now perfectly centered on the XYZ center point. So we'll create a sketch, and I'm going to utilize some geometry projections to get myself the point that I would like to be. Well, it's not finding my center point here, so let me go ahead and remove that, and we'll go ahead and project the center point instead. 1 by 1. So we're machining a 1 by 1 part here, and we'll go ahead and extrude this into the part. So now, in this situation where we'd want to deal with the Mickey Mouse ears, the way that I'm going to do this is already going to avoid the issues with mirroring the feature. I prefer to create them as a single sketch and extrude all of those pieces of the feature inside of that sketch. Some people prefer to mirror it across the line. That's just fine. But as I go in here, my solution to accurately creating Mickey Mouse ears consistently is to create a line, and it comes off the corner. I'm going to hit tab here directly and create a 45-degree line. Now, whatever length I make this, I'm going to want it to be 1/2 of my cutter length, and if it's a 1/8 cutter, then giving it some slop there. And I can now create some Mickey Mouse ears that are a little bit larger, but it's perfectly centered. I don't have to worry about arranging any lines over here or over here. Say you don't have the pop-up to immediately create that 45-degree angle. A simple way to do it inside of SolidWorks would be to draw your line, and then into the dimension, add the 45-degree here. And now we're free again to create whatever cutter size we want. And every single time you're going to have Mickey Mouse ears placed exactly where you want them. Now the way that I'm going to go about creating these Mickey Mouse ears is I'm actually going to utilize the X, Y, and Z axes. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I create all of my parts on center with X, Y, Z axes. I'm able to use them as mirror lines for symmetrical objects. That I find to be a simpler, more neat way to be doing this work. So I'll go ahead and before extruding this part, I could either do this afterwards, but in this case, because we're dealing with a square symmetrical part, I'm going to be doing it all inside of the one sketch, so I only have one extrusion to worry about. So I'll now go ahead and mirror the object, apply, 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 and I'll finish this sketch. I'll extrude these. And we have the completed Mickey Mouse ears. And this is the part that we viewed earlier. So that's the way that I would go about drafting this. Hopefully that's a little bit of help for you, John, and for anybody else who might be checking out the video. Thank you very much. Bye. One quick note that I realized I had forgotten to add to this was that if you wanted this to be two separate bodies now, I'd recommend doing it at the end. This would be reworking your workflow a little bit, but go ahead, create the sketch now. I'll project this geometry, finish the sketch, extrude it negatively all the way through the part, and we now have two separate bodies, but they are completed. Now I understand you might be consistently opening one part file that has these soft jaws already created for your machine. That's the most efficient way of doing it. What I recommend doing is remodeling those jaws with the bodies connected at the bottom here. So create that base model initially with the connection and go ahead and do that final extrude feature. It may be annoying to have to do that each time, however you're going to realize that not having to do with multiple bodies every single time, particularly when it's a repetitive job like soft jaws, will make your life a little bit easier. So thank you very much for watching.